as the first speaker speaks in Czech, so let me introduce him. So Karel Klatovský will speak about the topic that I have covered. He will speak about the digital education, about how to bring individual components that are important for your liking the education into life, and that it is very good to approach it via IT. So, Mr. Klatovský, can you hear me? Are we connected? Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much. So the floor goes to you. Very good morning to all of you. Thank you for being connected. My name is Karel Klatovský. I work in Microsoft, and I am responsible for the activities in my company towards the Czech schools. In any case, I'm going to show you individual activities, individual tools that may be applied within the digital transformation. And of course, these tools are available in other countries as well. If you come from another country, so it is sufficient for you to approach your local education officer, and he should be able to offer you what I'm going to speak about, and I can also help you. As for the Microsoft presence in the Czech Republic, well, we have a dedicated team for the field of education. The web page that you see on the screen, you may open it as well, so because this is the place where you find everything what Microsoft is doing in the Czech Republic. But as Microsoft is a global company, so these aspects are available in other countries as well. Well, as you can see, the activities are many. We have a dedicated team responsible for the IT transformation in school. After the Netherlands, the Czech system of education is the most decentralized within Europe, and that's why we have to do something about it. As mentioned before, it's not about technologies only, it's primarily about the people. Even if you get the technologies into school, so you must have the teachers and students who want to use it and will use it. And that's we have specific program, for instance, Microsoft Educating Experts, and there the teachers may get connected and may apply self-education, and obviously this is important for the development of students, teachers and schools. We have development programs for students, be it at the level of high school or upper secondary schools levels, and we also carry out various other activities. Some of them are local, so for instance evening universities, which is a series of webinars, because as you might know that you have to learn throughout your active life all the time, so that's why we organize these evening webinars, seminars. As for today's presentation, obviously I will show you Minecraft, for instance, application, which is very well known. It's within the Microsoft portfolio, and Education Edition is something that is aimed at education field. And Minecraft is used by many schools in the Czech Republic for various subjects, be it IT, geography, and alike. So this is for both primary schools as well as secondary schools, and then we may also offer something for the university level schools. Azure platform can be used for education in the field of new technologies, so you may reconnect the databases, for instance, the systems management, and thanks to this platform you may teach new technologies as AI, as chatbot or machine learning, etc. So you may use those and teach online in the school, and you may also use these tools free. of charge. Of course, we can offer much more hacking STEM activity. This is the sort of bending to biology or nature sciences close to the hearts of the younger students, and Microsoft Learn portal, which is a prime portal for not only teachers but also students, where they can learn these new technologies free of charge. As for specific demonstrations, so let me start with the first Microsoft Teams application. According to the Czech School Inspectorate, this application is the most frequently used tool for remote education, remote learning. And I don't want to talk about distance learning or remote learning or hybrid learning, but what I want to do is to show you how the tool for online communication may support, for instance, programming teaching, because this is a highly topical subject in the Czech Republic. So especially the informatics should follow the teaching, the work with data, algorithm, etc. And it is a new system. Approximately, roughly 800 schools got connected to this application. Let me remind us that when creating a homework, you as teachers, you may assign the task to the students, but there is one typical function. If I write down program microbit, which is a small box that may be used for programming learning, which is very well used in the UK. The approximately millions of 8th grade students got these applications. And so you may then connect some other sources, Office file or something else, and there is another item, make code, which is a block programming language through which you may assign tasks to the students. There is a support not only for the microbit here, CD project, but also some other projects well known globally, or brands, be it Lego, for instance, and Microsoft Teams tools can be used for general support for full-time learning or hybrid learning or distance learning. So make code, I just enter some temporary name, and I can assign a simple task to the students. Once the task is done, it's me as a teacher, I can have a look at the individual students, and I can look at the work, and right away within the web browser environment, the microbit environment gets open, and in a simple way I can evaluate the work done, whether or not the pupil is successful in completing the task. It's not about the level of primary schools, but also the secondary and university level schools. On the basis of the block programming, I am able to reconnect to what the student has done. And also I can use it in JavaScript, Python, it means advanced programs, and for the teams. And therefore the teams and similar functions are well used at the secondary or university level schools for supporting programming education. This is one of the manifestations that Teams is not only an online tool, but hundreds or thousands of schools in the Czech Republic use the teams as a support of the common full-time education or remote education, hybrid education. I can use this to assign tasks for programming. The system is pretty easy, and each and every school using the teams uses these teams as well.
Another big topic in terms of using our tools for more entertaining education is gaming in teaching and education. Now, I mentioned that we have a special edition of Minecraft called Minecraft Education Edition. Many schools already have it and use it. So I'm showing a lot of theoretical stuff, but I have two examples of how you can use Minecraft in teaching. Let's take an example of two specific subjects. Of course, if you want to use Minecraft, you can either download open world and do whatever you like. For example, to draw a parallel with Lego, you have an unlimited number of bits and you an open board and do whatever you like, or you can use a template. This Microsoft version is aimed primarily at education, so you can split it up according to individual subjects such as science, mathematics, informatics, and of course a number of other subjects that you can use. I will open one pre-prepared world for specifically the subject of chemistry. Chemistry is specifically supported by Minecraft. And hundreds of schools now teach chemistry, history, foreign languages in Minecraft, because the primary idea of using Minecraft in education, thanks to the fact that Minecraft is the most popular game in the world, is that we don't try to create gamers from students, but the other way around. Students can actually spend tens, dozens of hours on this a week, so why not use it for the transfer of knowledge? Of course, teachers are not specialists in Minecraft, but they are experts in their field and in the transfer of information. And many teachers nowadays tell us, oh, we have no idea what Minecraft involves. We don't know it as well as students do, but that's not a problem. We use the fact that students know how to use Minecraft a lot better than the teachers do. And of course, there's a number of things you can do in Minecraft. As mentioned, you can use it for chemistry, foreign languages, and the advantage here is that the worlds are already pre-prepared for you. And you can also, for example, get some free training. As far as Minecraft goes, you can start with some basics. Let's say in chemistry, where you can create for construction of elements, proton, electrons. We know that one proton, one electron will be hydrogen, and if we have 11 protons, 11 electrons, and 11 neutrons, we have sodium. So there's a number of things that you can create with the help of Minecraft. I can create all sorts of different things, elements, alloys, which I can then use further on. For chemistry, we can use a number of things. We have pre-prepared classrooms, so students go to these virtual classrooms, and for chemistry, well, of course, what you see here is something that we all remember from school, don't we? So this is a simple example of how to use Minecraft for chemistry. And who knows, if in my 7th grade I learned chemistry with the help of Minecraft, I would become perhaps, or would have become, a chemistry expert. Another potential of how to use Minecraft is via informatics, via certain programming basics, because here you have the option. Let's say I'm opening a very simple world here. You can then learn the basics of programming. And students, thanks to the basic block programming in maincom, and thanks to the advanced languages, JavaScript and Python, can create unbelievable things. And as mentioned, not only primary schools, but also secondary schools, one specifically in Brno, those focusing on informatics, teach, with the help of Minecraft, some of the more advanced languages, such as JavaScript. And we will show one simple thing. For example, building a tower. Let's say I tell all pupils, make a square with 1 meter, 1 block, and if they will know how to do it simply, but if it's 5 blocks high, then they will start thinking in other terms to make it easier. With 100 floors, they will all refuse to do it manually, and they will search for a more simple solution. Now, this is an example how you can easily apply programming to Minecraft, because in Minecraft we have this small person, Age, who performs what you assign it, what you task it with. So these are individual tasks leading to a goal. Of course, you can then switch to Python or JavaScript, and you can use it at the higher levels of education, so to say. So if I explain to students how to program this, and most of them know from scratch, then I can go to the world and I call for the agent. I say command tower. And now I launch command tower. Now let's see where the agent is. He should be around here. Let's see if he listens to what we have to say. And he doesn't want to listen. But you can probably imagine what it would do. It would just do the first floor times 10, 1 floor times 10, and that would lead to the building of the tower. So there's a number of examples here for teachers who can apply it immediately on all levels of programming languages. Now let's say I go to secondary school or university level. Every secondary school or university could use this Azure base for Linux, for IoT hubs, where we find things from like load balancers, from network administration, where we have chatbots, image recognition, etc. So those are all things that can help students for 21st century learning, which is basically ongoing. Finally, a simple example of a chatbot, which I use for Q&A maker, which is free of charge. I create a knowledge base. I assign it the name Unicorn. And we create a knowledge base. It won't take minutes. It's empty. I have to teach the chatbot some simple tasks. For example, what is the best university? That's the question that I type here, and I say unicorn as an answer, and I pair it up. For example, what game can I use to teach programming? It's not always that simple, of course, because the users can pose questions in different ways. So as this question, I can type in an alternative. What university would you recommend? So here I type in Minecraft. And this is an easy way of creating a chatbot that I can upload to Messenger or wherever. And then I ask, what can I use for programming? What game can I use for programming? And a chatbot answers Minecraft. Maybe I didn't formulate the question well. When I ask this question, what is the best university? Here it says unicorn. But what happens in the background? Here, this is identical. Here I have a question of what to use for teaching programming. So the compliance with what the chatbot knows is only 78%. Despite that, he answered correctly, unlike the question posed in a different way. Of course, these services are all provided free of charge to schools, so they can use artificial intelligence computers. All you need to do is register the school, so the school and the student can create chatbots and perform all these advanced things. And I think that the experience of the recent months has indicated that it is important to have access to this material within teams, within learning material. Of course, it's not ideal to have access to these things only when you're at school. So this is basically the primary definition of cloud. So for me, this was a good example of what Microsoft offers or what schools offer on primary, secondary, and university level. Now I would hand over back to the studio, but before that, my contact and the web address. If you have any questions, this is particularly for those listening to us from abroad. please get in touch and we'll be happy to collaborate.
Děkuji za pěkné uvedení konference.
Thank you very much for the introductory part of the conference, and let's get to the questions. So, even though you might have full information, let me ask whether or not the Czech Republic is different in terms of requirements as against some other countries. Well, it results from 2 points. First of all, the issue of decentralization that I mentioned. In majority of things, the schools take their own decisions, as against the case of the UK, for instance, where all the 7th grade pupils got these many boxes and they were strengthened. So currently, we are dealing with the advantages of programming, and this topic has been already launched in Slovakia some time ago. I wouldn't say that Czech Republic is very different. Where the difference lies is the path towards the code, how to get to the new technologies, because in some other countries this is run from the top, so to say, but in the Czech Republic, for instance, this trend is from bottom up, so to say. The schools should do much more to get to these things. Thank you very much. A bit more specific question. Do you plan, or is there a sort of support to the work in bigger teams, for class, etc.? Well, it is contained there because, for instance, a group of 30 students makes one world, so to say. And what works well in Minecraft, so perhaps you may build your own model of the school building, and it works. The students split into some groups. One is the site managers, some others are workers, and pupils work or students work with the cadastral maps. And we do have many cases or examples from schools showing that the Minecraft brought students together. Students communicate much more, and they work together, they communicate, which was not the case before. And this is also one of the outcomes of Minecraft. Within such an application, could you also use it for the evaluating of students or pupils? No doubt, yes, because the teacher may create their own portfolio, or CVs, or tasks done, and such a portfolio can be exported into PDF files, and then the teacher can make the evaluation. So Minecraft is quite a useful thing and quite common in these schools. Another specific question towards the universities. You may do the script in Python or JavaScript. What else could you include? We are talking about the vector graphics, etc. Even if we talk about the machine learning. Azure, as such, perhaps it's fully supported. I cannot provide full technical information, but Office 6 is fully working, or the portal of citizens in the Czech Republic is fully there, so I see no problem whatsoever there. Perhaps I reformulate the question. I was talking about the Minecraft, says the speaker. In terms of the Minecraft, so it's not that usual for universities to use it so often as is the case for the secondary schools, but I'm sorry, I don't have the technical information now. You mentioned that the code and the calculations are free of charge. If a school plans to do some mass calculations, are there some limitations in this respect? In the basic free version, each and every student of the school gets the access to what I've covered. On the basis of some Linux hardware, depending on the wrap size, etc., the size of Siegel and database. So in case they plan a major problem, so it's also about the potential of using services that are not described here, but if the school wants to have it in higher quality, broader scope, so the school can get an access within the paid version of series. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we would have more questions, but we have some time limitations. Thank you very much for your presentation. It was an interesting presentation. I thank you as well.